Good morning. Right now is about 5:18 in the morning, and I'm about to go do some Yamabushi ascetic mountain training. So I'm going to take you along for the day and show you what it's all going to be about.
So, as I'm making my commute on a bright and early Saturday morning, it's important to know where I'm going and why it's a special location. Currently, I am traveling to the Shippojuji Temple, nestled in Mount Inunaki, a few hours south of Osaka. Shippojuji means the Seven Treasure Waterfall Temple and is a Buddhist temple site of the Shugendo sect, where the Yamabushi train. Yamabushi, or ascetic mountain hermits, have been training here for more than a millennia. Here we are. Let's take a look around. As I started the long walk to the plaza outside of the main hall of the temple, I walked through a lush forest, spotting many torii gates, bridges, and statues, all signifying that I was entering a holy location. There were also many babbling brooks near the path, and weathered signs leading me down the right way. And of course, it wouldn't be Japan without a vending machine just 10 feet next to the torii gate entrance. Finally, I entered the main area, signed in, and began preparing myself mentally for the difficult parts that still lie ahead of me. Behind me is one of the most striking features of the temple. This is a statue of Fudo Myō, or the Immovable One, and is a Buddhist deity, recognizable by a sword in his right hand, a coiled rope in his left, standing on a rock with boiling flames in the background. This specific variation has a small dragon attempting to swallow the sword, which is a symbol for the mountain. Fudo Myō is often linked to Dainichi Buddhism and is said to cast out demons and help others achieve enlightenment, making him a perfect model for the Yamabushi monks to follow. After meeting in the main hall, we all departed up the mountain. The path was very steep, and the Yamabushi warned us of falling rocks. Some parts were so steep that we had to climb up with linked chains and ropes. Once at the top of the mountain, we were able to gauge a beautiful view of Osaka down below and have some lunch. Also, we were given the opportunity to be dangled over one of the cliff faces by the Yamabushi on a large rope, stating that we would do good in Japanese. Thankfully, it was not mandatory. After a short prayer, we descended down the mountain once again. Next, I wanted to talk about a notable aspect of the Yamabushi at Mount Inunaki, their attire. There were several Yamabushi guiding our group up the mountain, and they all had very similar equipment on their persons, which included tokin, or black headgear, animal skins worn around the back of the waist, horagi conch shells, which were used in the rituals and for signaling, shakujo, or small metal staffs with rings that were shaken when chanting, and overall white baggy clothing to signify death from their physical world. Once at the bottom of the mountain, we were able to participate in one of the most famous and well-known practices of the Yamabushi, the waterfall prayer and meditation. For this opportunity, we changed into white yukata-like garments and wraparound aprons, which you can see us doing here. Before entering the waterfall, we had to cleanse ourselves by splashing water up our aprons and getting blessed by the Yamabushi priests. Once we entered the waterfall, holding onto the chain so that we didn't fall, we were only in the water for about a minute, but oh my goodness, it felt like an eternity. I can understand why this is a great meditation tactic, because the freezing cold pelts of water on my forehead cleared right away any thoughts that I could have had until I was absolutely numb. All the while, the priest continued to chant at us from in front of the waterfall. After a minute was over, and we were all shivering, we departed. Thank goodness for dry clothes. After the waterfall was complete and we had all changed into dry clothes, we met in the main courtyard again, where we were each given certificates showing our completion of the Yamabushi training. Afterwards, we were able to witness a fire ceremony in the main hall. Unfortunately, I couldn't record any footage, but it was an incredible sight to experience. To recap, Shippojuji is an incredible site, and I learned a lot about the Shugendo way. These individuals train every day on their path to enlightenment, putting themselves through grueling physical and mental challenges that I only got a taste of. Shugendo is a uniquely Japanese practice, and while being there you could tell everywhere you looked that this is something truly remarkable, and I hope I never forget the impact that I had today.